Welcome back to your Football Manager channel. This is FM20. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hey guys, welcome to your Football Manager channel. I'm FM20. Hope you're doing well. And to all the Newcastle fans out there, I'm here to fulfill your wish and your dream come true. Yes, we are going to be looking at taking over Newcastle United and giving them a sugar daddy, and it's going to be the second time I've done this takeover. The first time was about 9 or 10 months ago when Amanda Staveley looked as though she was going to do it. This time it looks really doable and it looks like the Saudis are coming in, so we're going to give you a Saudi billionaire, crown prince, and £500 million budget with a front end sugar daddy, and we're going to see how you do. So you got a 3.5 star reputation, predicted to come 17th. Steve Agnew's the assistant manager, Ben Dawson's the technical director. Now, all this from Lee Charnley, the managing director, I just presume won't apply now because frankly, there'll be different expectations. I'm loving the touch that the Football Manager creators have put into this. Disliked people, Mike Ashley, 100 out of 100. Permanent. Oh dear. Right, so what we're doing is we're giving Newcastle £516 million transfer budget, a front end sugar daddy, and 3,400,000 a week on the wage budget. I'm not going to enter anything different for the attendances or for the facilities. I'm going to see if the new owners come in and if they actually do something with that. So here we go. Staff there. Finances. Let's see. Club vision. So finances, rich, always good. So what I'm going to do is, because we're starting 24th June 2019, is I'm actually going to resign as Newcastle manager. Now they've got all that money, and we're going to then go on holiday, and we'll come back next week and we'll see who's the new manager of Newcastle United. Now that they've got all that money, we're going to see what they do with it. Don't forget they've got a front end sugar daddy as well, so see if we can see anything pop up on here about it. So, BBC Newcastle journalist. Sorry mate, not interested. Ooh, view job advert. See, they've still not found somebody yet. Transfer history, by the way, just to check it out. So, from Jetro Williams, who came in on loan, and Ashraf Lazar, who went out on loan, 24th to the 6th downwards, they'll be the transfers that they bring in. So it looks like they spent 56 million and recouped 20 million anyway before this takeover, so that's good. And yeah, we'll just go forward another week and we'll see who they get as manager. So, Newcastle have hired Juan Carlos Oliva. Let's have a little look at who he is. Let's have a look at his history. So he was at Al Ali. Winners, runners up, winners. He was manager at Leader. He was a coach at Watford. Ammonia. Espanyol. Alain. Al Ali. Tarragona. So, Spanish coach. He's been around the block a little bit. Looks like Newcastle have taken a punt on him. And let's see if he's done any transfers yet, or no, not yet. So it looks as though he's only just taken the job. So there we go. Juan Carlos Oliva. Never heard of him, but let's see how he does. Okay, I've gone on holiday and fast forwarded a little bit, and it's brought me onto the social media page, and apparently Newcastle are looking at Ousmane Dembele. The scouts have been sent to him. Ooh, Newcastle pleased with big money target Dembele. Scout George Ditson was looking at him. Okay, I'm going to try hard not to look at who Newcastle have signed. I know they've got a game on the 15th, which is here on the Sunday, against Watford, I think, or somebody else. And I'm just gonna let it roll until the 16th, and then we're gonna have a look at what team they picked on the 16th. That's kind of my thinking right now. So we'll just crack on with it. Please don't show me any scores. I don't want to know. Right. Oliva won't rule out Clark's departure. Okay. How ignores Oliva's relegation mind games. Are they in relegation? No, Newcastle can't be in relegation. Oh, you're not in the top 8. Alright, let's have a look where Newcastle are. Oh, 11th. Okay. Oh. Shut your front gates. Shut your face. Most assists, David Neres 2. Top goal scorer, Gareth Bale 3. Most player of the matches, Martin Dubravka, you already had. Andre Onana, I think it's the Ajax keeper, and Miralem Pjanic. Karamoko Dembele is your hot prospect. You still got John Joe Shelby and Jamal Lascelles. Okay. And your finances are now insecure. I presume that's because of all the spending you've done. Whoa! 389 million. On the plus side, you got 6.25 million for DeAndre Yedlin, 4.4 million for Christian Atsu. There's been a few go out on loan. Jack Colback's gone for 1.5 million. Okay, so where were we? We were at Williams, weren't we? Wow. Okay. Oh wow, you had a. So we left on the 24th, and it took you till the 6th of August to do a deal, and you did 2 deals with Ajax. 33 million for Andre Onana. He's a really good goalkeeper. He's played 5 games for you, only conceded 6. And David Neres, you pay 17 million for. 33 for Onana, he's now worth 37. You paid 17 for Neres, he's now worth 21. Alright. He's played 5 games for you, scored 2 goals. Okay. So, a couple of good signings. Kegs Chauk. Who's this? A 16-year-old central midfielder, valued at 5.75 million. Why is he valued at that? And you sign him from Southampton. Am I missing something here? How is he worth 5.75 million? So you pay 4.2 million. Potential add-ons 11.75. What the hell? Okay, this is where I get a little bit worried. You sign someone like that, and then your next signing is Shrodan Mustafi. It's not that bad in the game actually. 17.75 million he's worth. You paid 15.5 million. He's not played for you yet. I don't know why. We'll have a look. Gareth Bale. Apparently he's not played for you, but it showed that it scored 3 goals for you. So I don't know how that works. He's worth 79. Alright, and you paid 79 million. Miralem Pjanic, 55 million he's worth. Apparently he's not played for you yet. He's world-class midfielder. 47 you paid. You paid 4.8 million for Karamoko Dembele, who's now worth 6.25 million. 6.25 million, jeez, for him. Reece Oxford, Augsburg. I thought he was at West Ham. So, what, 4.3 million you paid for him. He's now worth 6.75. He's played a couple of games. Max Aarons from Norwich, 28.5 million you paid. He's worth 19, so you might have lost a bit there. He's played 3 games for you. Marcos Llorente. Where's he from? Atletico de Madrid. 32.5 million he's worth, and you paid 33. Moise Keane from Everton. He's played a game for you. 21.5 million, and you paid 29 million. And Ruben Diaz from Benfica. 37.5 million you paid, and he's worth 39 million. Says he hasn't played a game yet. So, how is it that they've scored goals if they've not played a game? And why? Atalanta 24th or something, wasn't it? Okay. So Andre Onana comes in for the Everton friendly. Oh, no, Everton League game, sorry. Let's see. I can't see any of the new signings there in the last friendly. But the friendly before that, I don't want to show the teams. So then you got Andre Onana. He comes in. And David Neres comes in. So your 2 Ajax signings. Andre Onana gets injured. Okay. Plays the next week though. David Neres also plays. Onana 6.2. He had a bad game there against Tottenham. Max Aarons plays left back. David Neres plays. Okay. So Onana and Neres are getting game time. Okay, Onana, Aarons, Mustafi, Diaz, Pjanic, Llorente, Neres, Bale, Keane, Oxford. They all come into the side against Walsall, and you win 5-1. Alright, so you should start to win now. Reece Oxford on the bench, I presume. Neres on the right. Aarons at left back, 8.3. 8.5 for the goalkeeper, Onana. And you get beat 1-0 by Bournemouth. Okay. Keane plays up front. Neres on the right. Oxford at centre half. Aaron's at right back. Onana in goal. So let's just have a little look at the team here, because I'm a little bit confused. Who's the right centre mid? Who is that? Oh, I should be able to see him. Unless it's an under 23 player. Is it? It is. It's Sean Longstaff. Okay. So, let's see. You got Onana, Aarons, Lascelles, Oxford, Rose, Longstaff, Bentaleb, who's on loan from Schalke. Was he already on loan, or was he brought in by Steve Bruce, or was he? I don't know. I can't see him. Nabil Bentaleb. I can't see him. Bloody hell. Right, so he signed 5, 10, 12 players. And you've let out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You've let out 7 and you bought in 12. I think that's the transfer window done as well in September, so I don't think there's any more deals to be done. So I don't know if they can get that Ousmane Dembele deal done. Let's see. Newcastle will have to patch things up until Danny Rose is back. He's injured. Oliver responds to transfer talk. Won't be discussing any transfer stories. Well, that's helpful. So, let's see. I mean, the Sheikhs has obviously been spending the cash. I mean, crying out loud, you bought Gareth Bale. And you also got Pjanic, Neres. I'm not sure if they're like top tier number 1 players that you would go for if you're a Champions League club. I'm not sure. Let's have a little look at the. Let's have a little look at the club. Newcastle. Transfer history. Have they done any more? No. 11th in the Premier League. And oh my god, when do you play again? So you play Monday 30th. So let's go to Monday 30th. Okay, so no idea what's going on with Newcastle. Henry Saive is getting a game, as is Matty Longstaff. Isaac Hayden got a red card. Some dude called Lazaro was playing it right back and got injured. So there's only Onana, Oxford, Aarons, Neres and Keane of the new signings. Even Andy Carroll's getting a game, and somehow Gareth Bale isn't. Is Gareth Bale injured? No, he's good. Ha. So he's played 2, scored 4 goals. What's going on? So Freddie Woodman Hang on. Bloody hell. Andrea Nana has played 9. David Neres has played 9. Almiri on 8. Kieran Clark isn't even at the club. So filter the one that's not at the club. There we go. Ventilate Barons. Ruben Diaz got a couple. Pjanic got a couple. Bale got a couple. Llorente as well. Danny Rose is left back, but he's currently in a rehabilitation phase. He's injured. So's Alan San Maximin. So I think what we'll do is we'll go to the end of the season, and to do that you go to home, go on holiday, and then basically pick a date, and you choose 2020 May 8th, good as any, and just go on holiday, and I will see you May the 8th. Okay, Geordies, Newcastle finished in 7th, just outside European places. They played 38, won 20, drew 8, lost 10, got 68 points, which is probably the best you've done in quite a while. Let's go have a little look at the transfer history. Okay, you you went out and spent some more money. After signing Ruben Diaz, you went and got Amadou Diallo, a young winger from West Ham United. No idea why. You then went and got Kai Havertz. Bloody good signing. He played 15 games for you, scored 4 goals in the running. You paid 72 million for him. He's worth 59. Wow. You also went and got Timo Werner. He's worth 51 million. He played 15 games, scored 7 goals. And you paid 51 million for him. Wow. Then you went and got, the day after, a lad called Martin Terrier on loan for 125 grand a month. He played 7 games, didn't score. He's a winger. Maybe right winger? I don't know, it doesn't say there. Let's have a little look at him. No, he could play left. Okay. So he went to Olympique Lyonnais' second team, and then he brought him in on loan. That's kind of weird. So let's go have a look at the last team he played. He played Onana in goal, Max Aarons, Ruben Diaz, Marcos Llorente, who I thought was a midfielder, and you played him at centre back, and Danny Rose at left back, Pjanic and Havertz in midfield, with David Neres, Almirion and San Maxim playing behind Timo Werner. Who was the goalkeeper on the bench? It was Jake Turner, 21-year-old keeper. Young goalkeeper you've got. He was from Stalybridge Celtic, went to Newcastle. When did he do that? At the beginning of the 2019-20 season. Okay. Went through Bolton's youth ranks. Alright. Where's Carl Darlow? You still got Freddie Woodman out on loan. Nathan Harker. Okay. Right. You got a hell of a lot of players who were not at the club. Who are out on loan. Let's see. Jamie Sterry didn't play. Dubravka only got 1 sub appearance. Federico Fernandez only played 1 game. Matt Longstaff, 16 sub appearances, no start. Mustafi's on the bench, as is Lazaro. I think he's going back to Inter. Moise Keane and Bentaleb, Lascelles and Matty Longstaff are on the bench. Reece Oxford played 10 games. Gareth Bale played 15 games and scored 4 goals, but he's been injured. He's currently recovering from a sprained knee. Alright. So, Martin Terrier, the lone player, got 8 substitute appearances, only assisted 1. I've never known Martin Terrier before in my life. So, I mean, he made some good signings. Onana, the keeper's good. I can't criticise Onana, Aarons, Diaz, Llorente. Even Rose on loan, I couldn't criticise you getting that in. That player in. Pjanic, Havertz, Neres. I can't criticise Werner. I can't criticise Mustafi. I'm not sure if you needed him. Keane scored 8 goals, 3 assists in 16 games. Not bad. Let's have a look at your leading goal scorers were. So David Neres got 13 goals and 9 assists and 6 player of the match awards. Wow. That's a good return. Werner got 9 goals in 20 appearances, 3 assists. So Matsin 8 goals, Keane 8 goals, Havertz 6 goals in 20 games. Almiron 5, Llorente 4, Dwight Gale and Gareth Bale 4. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Newcastle next year. He's still rich, still got a front end owner, Sugar Daddy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip an entire season now, and I'm going to do this for 5 seasons, and we're going to see over the next 5 years just how Newcastle improve. Alright, let's do that. And we'll also check out their transfers as well. Seems like a lot of players have left. So, Newcastle United. I think I've been spending the money again because I see Gabriel Jesus there. Whoa! Okay. They spent 101 million buying Gabriel Jesus from Man City. Ooh. And he got 14 goals in 29 games. And they took Thomas Partey on loan from Man City. He played 29, scored 2. This is really random because I'm sure they did this with a Southampton player, where they brought a 16-year-old who didn't look very good and they paid good money for him. This time they brought Peter Parsons from Aston Villa for 4.6 million, rising to 13.25 million. Maximilian Wober from Salzburg, a left back, 28.5 million. He played 29 games. Curtis Jones from Liverpool. So they do sign young players. Scott McTominay from Man United, played 7, scored 2. Alphonso Davies. Now he played 9. Right. Well, I mean, they've signed Curtis Jones and Alphonso Davies and Peter Parsons, so they're obviously looking to build for the young players. But also, if you look at McTominay, he's 24 there. Wober is 23. And then Jesus is 24. So they've bought players 24 or under and then loaned Partey. They sold quite a lot of players, but the headline really is Joe Linton, where he's gone to Losk. Who is Lille? 6.5 million, rising to 8 million. And his 7 appearances, scored 3 already. Schroeder Mustafi's gone back to Germany to play for Hertha Berlin. He only played 5 games for them. Well, that was a waste of money. Emil Kraft has gone to Sheffield United. Okay. Paul Dummett has gone to Salzburg. So did they, on the 2nd of the 8th, 6th of the 8th, so they sold Paul Dummett to Salzburg, and then they went to Salzburg and brought their left back, Woba. Okay. Lazar went to Stoke. Manquillo, he went on loan to Udinese. Matt Ritchie's gone to Al Sadd, which I think is in Qatar. Fabian Schär went to West Brom. He's a good centre half, him. So let's see where they finished. They finished 5th in the Premier League. Is that right? No, there's 2 games left to play. Oh, so they're in 5th place. So let's just get these games out of the way that they've got to play. Let's see how they do. Because I'm just wondering if they get into the Champions League. It looks like this weekend 1 game could have been played. Maybe this Saturday here will be the finish. We'll find out anyway. What I'm going to do is, after we've just checked out the first season and second season, this being the second, I'm just going to fast forward to the 5th year, and we're going to see where they are 5 years after the Sheikhs take over. It's an interesting little experiment just to see long term if they can do what Man City have done. So Newcastle, let's see. There we go. Still 5th in the Premier Division. They beat Bournemouth 2-0 and City 1-0. Only 1 more game to play. And they can actually beat City if West Brom are bottom of the league. I was going to say, if West Brom draw, Newcastle get a big win against Arsenal, who are second. It's all very unlikely. I think Newcastle are probably going to end up in the Euro spots. Sunday 16th of May. Okay. Let's see where the club ends up. I think it's going to be 5th. And I think they're going to have to deal with a Europa place. But at least they're in Europe. Steady progress, definitely. West Ham got beat by Tottenham 4-0. So it looks as though they got a 1-1 draw with Arsenal, and Man City beat West Brom 1-0. So it's the Euro Cup for Newcastle. How Man United have sneaked into the Euro Cup too, I don't know. I thought there was only 6 places. Never mind. West Brom, Aston Villa and West Ham all relegated. So let's have a little look at the Newcastle team. Senior squad. Let's have a look at the team for the last match against Arsenal. So they played Onana, Oxford, Diaz, Wober and Davis, McTominay and Pjanic, Neres, Havertz, Sam Matson and Jesus up front. Almirion, Longstaff and Jones came on for them. In the previous game, it was Onana, Partey at right back, Lascelles, Diaz and Davis in defence, McTominay and Havertz in midfield, Werner, Almiron and Neres playing behind Gabriel Jesus, Marcos Llorente, Moise Keane and Alan Sam Matson came on there, and I'm looking for Gareth Bale. When was the last time he... Oh, there you go. Against Aston Villa where he lost 3-2. He came off the bench. Gabriel Jesus got both the goals. Max Aarons played at right back. So, let's have a look at their squad now. So they've got Onana in goal. And Dubravka on the bench. Some decent centre halves there. Oxford, Diaz, Clark, Lascelles and Llorente can play there. Partey I thought was a defensive midfield player really. Wober and Davis I think are left backs. Aaron's a right back. So they're probably missing a right back. Pjanic, Longstaff, McTominay, the other Longstaff and Havertz make up the midfield. Bale, Neres, Aarons, Jones, Murphy all make up the wingers, and Almiron, Sam Matson also help that. Werner, Dwight Gale and Gabriel Jesus. Okay, so we'll look at the goals they've scored. Gabriel Jesus played 41, scored 18. Kai Havertz played 48, scored 16. David Neres played 46, scored 16. Sam Matson played 37, scored 13. So that front four right there, that's doing alright. And Werner chipped in with 11 goals as well off the bench. As did Almiron chipped in with 3 as well. Partey and Bale chipped in with 3. Bale only played 8 games. He sprained ankle ligaments, that's why. And Partey also sprained ankle ligaments, both of them did. Okay. Partey's back a week after Bale. Max Aarons suffered a thigh injury. So they've had a few long-term injuries. But yeah, I think they qualified for Euro Cup. Let's see. How is Oliva doing? The manager, Juan Carlos Oliva. And he's paid some money out. They finished 5th. Okay. English Premier Division Manager a month. Okay. And for March for Newcastle. So they finished 5th. What I think we'll do is the finances still secure. We've still got Karamoka Dembele there as a hot prospect. I'm not sure if he's improved or not. Be interesting to see the under 23s. So you got Moise Keane in there, Dembele in there, Amadou Diallo, who they paid some money to West Ham for. Keggs they paid Southampton some money for. He is actually improving now. Okay. Jake Turner, substitute goalkeeper. Alright. So, Liam Gibson, left back. Alright, so they've got a few players who are doing bits. So what we'll do is we'll come back in 2024 and we'll see how Newcastle have done in 2024. Well guys, here we are. here we are now, Monday, 20th of May 2024, and a leaver has been sacked by Newcastle. Chelsea have been crowned champions. Let's see the English league table. Oh boy. No way did Newcastle just finish in 8th. Wow. So they just dropped out of the European spots on goal difference. Ouch. Look at that. 4 teams on 67 points. Oh my word. Because they lost to Burnley 2-1. Ouch. That smarts. So I think what we're going to do, first of all, is we'll have a look at the league positions. So when it was the 2019-2020 season when the Sheiks came in and they finished 7th. The following year they finished 5th. Then 5th again and 6th, and now they've just finished 8th. Wow. So they've had a bit of a curve. I can see David Neres is still playing for them. Ben Godfrey is signed from Norwich, and Memphis Depay has joined, and Mikael Cousins. So I think what we'll do is we'll have a look at a little transfer history. We'll perhaps go back to let's see, 2021. We know what happened there. 21-22. Wow, so they signed Theo Hernandez and he's still there for 68 million. He's a good player. They signed Gabriel for 16.75 million, and looks like they sold McTominay in Oxford, and Bale, and Ruben Diaz went to Liverpool 74 million, and Kai Havertz went to Barcelona for 99 million. Okay, so they sold quite a few players there. Matty Longstaff went to Burnley for 23.5 million. So they brought in 232 million and spent 155 million. Matthias Ginter, a centre-back, joined them. Spencer Willis, a central defender. They do like to buy these random players. This one from Swansea this time. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Wow, they signed him from Man United. Okay. 27.5 million rising to 34.5 million. It's quite cheap for him. Gonzalo Martinez, they've signed. In another save of mine, he was at Man City. Bruno Varela, a goalkeeper. Seems like they signed him from Sporting for 3.1 million. And then looks like he didn't play a game. Went to Crystal Palace and then on back to Sporting. Okay. Andrew Onana, the goalkeeper, is really good though. So 2022 and 23, they went out and spent some more money. Whoa. So they sold Gabriel Jesus to Chelsea for 111 million. Moise Kean somehow went for free to Stuttgart. That is ridiculous. Miguel Almiron went to Leicester on loan. Gabriel, they sold on seams for a profit to 22.5 million to Seville. Jamal Lascelles went to Leeds. And Gonzalo Martinez also got sold to Nice. Bruno Varela, they sold him to Crystal Palace. And Martin Dubravka went on loan to Portland. So let's see who they signed. There's this guy, Alexander Overseer. Another one of those new gen players. Okay, he's not played a game for them yet. Nicolo Barella. He's a good player. World class midfielder. 135 million. Jesus. Wow. They spent 135 million on him. He's only worth 68 million. Oh my god. Memphis Depay. They signed from Man City. He scored 14 goals in 55 appearances. That's good. They paid 34.5 million for him. Alexei Serdyuk, a new gen player, a good one, a really good one. They signed from Victoria Setúbal for 44 million. Otavio from Porto. Okay. Ben Godfrey from Norwich. Another new gen player, Melvin Joseph from Sheffield Wednesday. They paid 7 million for him. Axel Witsel. There you go. Looks like they sold him to Fiorentina. Okay. So he came on a free and then they sold him. Mikhail Cousins joined Newcastle from Juventus for 85 million. Holy shizzle. Diogo Jota, good player, I like him. 15 goals in 54 appearances. 36 million. And Hamza Chowdhury from Leicester. He signed for them. There's no difference between him and Scott McTominay, really. Except they paid 46.5 million for him. And finally, we come to the final season's transfers. Again, they let Dubravka go Colorado on loan. Josh Gilchrist went to Barnsley. Joe White, he looks half decent, went to Lincoln. Axel Witsel, they sold for profit. 3.5 million to Fiorentina. It's good business. Curtis Jones, who I think they paid 12.25 million for. They sold to Bournemouth. Looked like he didn't develop. Michael Elliott, a new gen goalkeeper. Nick Schultz, he'd be a new gen striker. Alan San Matzine left the club. 19 dribbling. He went to Arsenal eventually for 65 million. So they raised 77 million. And they went and spent 87 million on Muric, the goalkeeper for Man City. That's pretty good, actually. He's a good player. 24 million for him. Good competition with Onana. Will Dennis, free transfer goalkeeper from Bournemouth. I think he's just third choice. Jude Bellingham from Southampton, a wonder kid. He's 20 now. He's not developed as you would think he has. He scored 12 in 56 for Southampton and 2 in 25 for Newcastle. They paid 48 million. He's worth 57 million. Morato, the central defender, they signed him. 15 million they paid. He's now worth 28.5 million, so that looks like good business. And Odsonne Edouard, on loan from Liverpool. And he scored 5 goals in 22. However, he did score 41 in 99 for Liverpool. So, the transfer history, there you go. Looks like they're playing Onana in goal, who has really improved. He's going to be one of the world's best goalkeepers, Andre Onana. In 2024, he's still only 28. He's still got a good 10 years ahead of him. Wan-Bissaka, Ben Godfrey, Morato, and Alphonso Davies, who I thought would have improved his tackling, but he hasn't. He's 23. Nicolo Barella and Mikhail Cousins. Those two in midfield together, 68 million and 63 million. Whew, jeez. David Neres, Miguel Almiron, Jude Bellingham playing behind Timo Werner. 36 goals and 119 appearances for Newcastle. And in this season he got 11 in 16 starts. Neres got 18 in 44 starts. Depay got 10 in 22 starts. And Jota got 15 in 30 starts. So if you add Depay, Jota, Neres, Cousins and Werner and Barella, as like your front sits, like Barella and Cousins in midfield, Neres on the right, Depay on the left, Jota in the middle, with Werner up front, that would be frightening. Theo Hernandez on the bench. Okay. So, odds on Edouard, 11 in 19 starts. Him coming off the bench as well be really frightening. So, yeah, this team really should be doing a lot better than it is. To finish 8th is kind of disgraceful. So, the finances are okay. The reputation's improved to 4-star. And let's have a little look. They've not really changed much with the in regards with the staff coaching. Now, they won the English Under-18 division in 2021 and 2022, and the Under-23s in 22, 23 and 24, and the Under-23s in Division 2 and 20. So, the youth team seems to have improved somewhat. So, let's have a little look at the facilities. Stadium conditions now very good. So, obviously, they've done some repairs. 54,404. I think that was what it was before. Grass and synthetic pitch, which is in very good condition. Good corporate facilities. Great training facilities. Great youth facilities. State-of-the-art analysis facilities. So it looks as though they've improved there. Yeah, I would say they've done okay. But it would appear that they've now sacked a leaver. Newcastle United chairman's a guy called Mike Blower. Okay. So, Juan Carlos Oliva. Games played. Can't see for Newcastle. Players bought 36. Value 1.39 billion. Players sold 50. Value 551 million. While he spent 800 million more than he made. Highest fee spent, Nicolo Barella, 135 million. Highest fee received, Gabriel Jesus. Total fees paid to agents, 41.5 million. Oh my god. So he had 1,784 days at Newcastle. Let's have a look at his time at Newcastle. No landmarks. You got a few Manager of the Month awards. Runner-up in the Carabao Cup in 2024. Knocked out in the Euro Cup semi-final against Man United as well, same year. And knocked out by Fleetwood in the FA Cup third round. Ouch. And that was after coming in 6th. So, all in, I don't think Luis Enrique is the favourite for a job. Sergio Conceição is unemployed. Julian Lopetegui is at Seville. All in, I don't really think it's done them any favours having all this money. It seems like they've chopped and changed with transfers too much. I think it's been pretty poor, to be frank. Yeah, it's unfortunate. No pending transfers. Man. For a club that was founded in 1892, they've not had as much success as they should have done. It's a shame, really. David Neres, by the way, has been amazing for them. Look at that. He's got, in 255 games, 87 goals. And for Newcastle, he's got, what, 25, 45, 55. I think 55 goals. And 29 assists. And 28 player of the match awards. And he's always been above 7.24 in the average ratings. Damn, David Neres is a beast. David Neres and Andre Onana are probably the best players you could probably go for at Ajax. They are frighteningly good. Lys Mousset from Bournemouth. Okay. Lucas Torreira. João Marriott. They've signed a few. Ryan Gravenberch. He looks like a very good player. 27 goals and 101 appearances. Wow. I mean, there's some really, really good players here, but I don't know. Wow, look at that wonder kid. Centre half. Wow. Some of these new gens are amazing. So yeah, I really don't think it's done Newcastle any favours. It's a shame, it really is, because they're a great club. I like them, but there you go. It is what it is. Que sera, sera, as they say. So that ends the experiment. Just for my own curiosity, really, whether Newcastle, with all this money and all the sugar daddy and all the rest of it, would actually win the league. And over 5 years, from 2019 to 2025, 2024, I'm afraid the answer is no. A shame, but that's the way it is. When did they? Oh, they didn't win the league. There you go, 8th. Alright, well, that's it for me. Thanks very much for watching. Hope it's done something to help your curiosity as well. And I will see you all in the regular Journeyman series and the Wonder Kid series and the Barcelona and Celtic series. I don't really do many experiment videos like this, but every now and again I'll do one. Just curiosity, kill the cats. And I'll see you all soon. Take care of yourself. Have a good day.